my demons come from me. Ay, they come from me. Ay, they come from me. All my demons come from me.
Hey, what's up, peeps? Idolo mío, sit down and take a seat. Que lo que siéntate, Lawrence and beyond. What is going on? And today, hosting like always, your boy Mike G. Bet. And today, I got two special guests, man. I got Michael.T and Marcus. What's good, guys?
What's up?
Hi.
Chilling, man. Yo, briefly introduce yourself, guys. What's good, man?
Alright, I'll start. My name is Michael.T. I'm a filmmaker. I'm from Lawrence, Massachusetts. And I have a film coming out titled Boys Will Be Boys.
I'm Marcus. I'm president and creative director of 1121 Studios. I also work as a director, commercial, film, music.
Sheesh, fire, yo.
Yeah. And I'm the producer of Boys Will Be Boys.
Yo, let's start it off with Boys Will Be Boys, man. Like, when I first saw that little snippet, the first time that I saw it, it was on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a realistic fight, you know. Isha was like, yo, people don't even know how you can't even party at Lawrence anymore, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it looked kind of realistic. I mean, I caught that it wasn't realistic, so I'm like, yo, I'm gonna promote this, bro. This is I don't know what is this, but there's I don't know what's going on, but this is hilarious. And you know how it popped off. Was that even a strategy inside showcasing us a little bit of the?
Well,
I would like to say yes.
Yeah, I
it's
think
not.
so, but it was like we didn't say anything. So after we finished shooting that day, we were shooting the party scene that day.
Yeah.
Had a couple extras there and everything. After we finished shooting, obviously we had every extra kind of film the fight on their phone so we can use the phone footage for the film.
Yeah.
So Isha had her footage of the film and she was using it. And then I guess after we finished, she posted it on Twitter. And usually when she posts something, I'm just like, all right, cool, post it. Well, I didn't say like post it, but like she didn't ask me or anything. She just posted up there. And she said, this is why I can't go to parties in Lawrence. And I laughed. I was like, oh, funny. And then I remember I fell asleep. The next morning, the whole video has like 1,000 views, 100 views, and then it's like, all right, cool, awesome, great, and it's like blowing up. Everybody's commenting, this is real, this is fake, this is real. So then I'm just letting that flow. So next thing you know, I'm at work, and
This is where I come in.
the next thing you know, like I sent Marcus, I'm like, yo, this video's blowing up, this is crazy.
I click
And
it.
He
and
clicks it.
It's like 50,000 views.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck?
But for me, that wasn't it. Like, it was just like, all right, cool. Like, the video's going viral. That's amazing. We're going to work on the film. We're going to make the trailer as soon as we can. So then I'm at work, and I get this other text message. Or I think it was a DM from my boy. And
Wait, hold on, Michael. Let the cops finish, yo, because obviously, because they always.
it's pretty lit down there.
It's always lit in the middle of the city.
Oh, I got my phone, but
It's all good. Damn, can you guys cross already?
this would be a fire Dumbo song.
For real, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm at work. My boy sends me this DM. I think it was my boy Joseph. I can't remember, but it was a lot of people. I remember somebody sent me something and it said Adam 22, the dude from No Jumper.
Yeah, No Jumper. Hell yeah, shout outs. Yeah.
Dude with the tattoos and everything, SoundCloud, all that. And he posted it and I was just like, what?
At that point, we were at like, I think the video had hit 125,000 views at that point on Twitter.
And then after he did it
blew up. It hit 500,000. Within the first 2 days, it hit 500,000 on Twitter.
So Isha's marketing manager?
I guess so.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Because all of a sudden I'm getting messages on Twitter, I'm getting messages text, I'm getting Messenger, Facebook. I guess she posted on Facebook too.
Yeah, she did.
And like without Adam 22, that thing hit 100,000 views.
Yeah.
And was ripped by itself. Like
that's hilarious.
we were getting people arguing. Like
So-
there was chain mail of like arguing threads, like of people like they're talking crap about her, saying this is why I don't party in Lawrence. Like they were like, why are you talking shit about Lawrence?
Why is Lawrence always have to be viewed as violence? Why is there violence? Everything violence. But why? Where's the positivity?
And then the other half people will be like, "Are you stupid? It's fake. Can you not see the boom pole in the shot?"
And that week,
This is a ill fucking boom mic.
that week itself was just insane.
Insane.
Cause, first of all, Marcus, the PA, Ray, she was the PA, and I didn't know what to say like on Twitter. I was scared. I didn't want to be like,
kill it. You
I didn't want
wanna-
to be
you
like,
didn't
oh, this dude, blah blah blah, or I was gonna be like, it's just a film or any. I didn't know what to say. So the PA, I hit her up because she's like really good at like marketing and everything, and she was kind of like, I don't know, what is it, a publicist or like who controls
She worked
online?
like public relations.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So she helped me, and she was like, all right, don't say anything. And then they were like, you got to make a trailer. And mind you, like, we hadn't touched the footage out all. That was the first time we touched the footage.
I think it was only 3 days out.
Yeah.
Like, we just shot it.
We just shot it, like 3 days after the whole party thing.
Yeah.
They had me do a trailer, like,
Sorry.
for 2 days. But, like, it was quick, but at the same time, like, I had Marcus helping me and everything. But it was so fast. Like, everything was just like this.
quick.
Because you know how the internet is? Like, you can't, like, you have to ride off that
Yeah.
whole thing. So, we did the trailer, and then after that, the whole market strategy was, boom, hit up Isha. Isha, so post the trailer under the thread. And then she was like, boom, here's the trailer. And then after she did that, I was hyped. We had a link. Put it under Adam 22's thing a billion times. Blocked me. But it's cool. I mean, maybe I'll see him one day and we'll just laugh about
Just
it.
laugh about it.
But-
I think the point when you know a video's made it is when it's been ripped off the internet. Like,
Yes.
for example, if you go to watch our trailer, it only has like 700 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right, give or take, maybe 750. But people have downloaded the trailer and reposted the trailer.
Yeah.
And that's when you know you made it. Like, at that point, and it isn't about the clout of views or anything like that. It's about the fact that
It's being shared everywhere
it's
now.
being shared
It's being mean.
and people are stealing it. Because once people steal it and post it from themselves for their own clout, then you know it's working.
It's beyond. It's like you already reached.
And the cool part is that, like, a lot of people were like, he blocked you. What did you achieve out of that? Well, think about it. He had to go on my page and block me. So
Yeah.
he literally saw my face and went, boop, blocked. So, like, yeah, I don't mean,
It is.
it is what it is.
It's a good thing. And that movie, Boys, how would be Boys? How long is it? How long is it gonna be?
It's roughly 13 and a half minutes,
Yeah.
give or take. And we're still in the editing process. It comes out October 4th,
Okay.
Friday.
October 4th. So stop
Keep out.
asking him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
He gets
There you go. October
We
4th.
put a date.
Yeah.
That
We've put a
hold us
legit
to it.
date. Yup. Everything. We pretty much. Yeah, we had. How much footage did we have to cut? Like about.
We when you laid out all the clips together,
Yeah.
I think the original cut comes up to like 22 minutes.
Yeah.
And we just Mike would send me a cut. I'd
Yeah.
send them a paragraph of notes and be like, hey, cut this, clean this up.
Cause I edit my films, like I pretty much, like, before Marcus, it was pretty much just me and my ideas,
Yeah.
and like I would gather up my friends and we would make. Some of my friends needed music videos. My first music video was with my boy Daniel. He goes through like a bunch of rap names, like
Dirty D.
Odinos, Dirty Time Capsule.
I had him, man.
And yeah, he's an amazing guy. I shot his first music video, and then that was kind of like the first thing I ever did with videos was I did this little short film with two of my friends. It was like After Hours. They'll see I have the shirt on and everything.
Okay.
Didn't even mean to wear this today, I swear. Like, I just picked it out.
Yeah.
So, it was me and my friend. It was Jeremy and my boy Frankie, and they were like, we want to make movies. And I never had that idea going into, like, wanting to do movies and stuff. Like, I was just like, I don't know what I want. Because I went to the Vogue. And you know, at the Vogue, they make you pick, like, your shops.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there freshman year, and I'm seeing all these people talk about all their shops they want to do, and like, for some reason, all the guys were like, I want to do construction, I want to do plumbing, I want to do
weld.
and yeah, and all the teachers, they're like,
that's the easy way to make money.
we're gonna make mad money, and everybody was just thinking about the money, and I was just agreeing because I'm a freshman, I don't know what I'm getting into,
Yeah.
so I'm like, all right, so freshman year, I'm like, I'm gonna do plumbing. I do plumbing, and I like absolutely hated it. And I remember I spoke to my mom, and she was like, why do you want to do plumbing? Like, I see you every day on your little computer doing this and the third. Why didn't you do like internet and all that? And I was like, and then like for a second I sat there and I was like, I honestly don't know.
Like I wasn't thinking.
And I remember I had this conversation with one of my uncle's friends at his like IT shop. He owns an IT shop. I forget, like in Methuen. And I spoke to him and he was like, he literally told me genuinely, he was like, do you really want to just clean toilets for the rest of your life? And I was just like, damn. And I went to the office the next day. At the Vogue, for some reason, all the kids at the time, they were on there, oh, graphics is trash. Why are you gonna go there? It's the worst shop. IT, are you gross? Like, why are you gonna be there? And
it was the same way when I was there. Yeah,
and
like,
people would do that, and I was so scared. So I kept it. I went to the office by myself. Didn't tell anybody. Mind you, I kept that whole thing. I kept the whole idea of me going to graphics. Like, they put me on the list and everything for sophomore year. Kept that till the end of the year. Didn't tell anybody. It's the last day of freshman year. I'm at the table with all my boys. I go, yeah, I'm transferring to graphics. They look at me. They go, graphics? You're going to graphics? For what? And then, like, I was just like, I think that shop is pretty cool. And, like, they were just like, ugh. And next year, go to graphics, and I'm just there. I'm having the time of my life there. Like, that was literally, for me, while I was at the Vogue, that was, like, my escape. Like, I was in there, I was doing all my shit in there, and I was having so much fun. And I loved it, because it was finally, like, a place I could fit in and everything. And everybody, like, they didn't see the potential you can, like, gain just being in there. Because I was learning how to make shirts. I was learning how to print stuff, different materials. I was learning how to use all the Adobe suites. I was learning how to use a camera. I was learning all that just in that shop. So then, it wasn't until, like, people started seeing me, like, do all this stuff. Like, I was making art on my Instagram. I did the whole Kool-Aid Poppin' Poppy page.
Yeah.
So, at first, Instagram, when it was popping off, did my own pictures. Then I saw that I was in graphics, so I'm like, I'm just post stuff on this page. Then it just blew up.
Shout out to the Vogue.
Yeah. Shout out Mr. Mejia. If it wasn't for him, I would have never had my first job. He gave me my first job recording basketball games.
Oh, what?
That's how I started low-key getting into, like,
yo, your co-op job? What?
No, it wasn't even a co-op job. It was like an after-school thing. Like, I would
Okay.
record the basketball games. I was this close to, like, recording a game at the Garden, but they lost.
Damn.
You feel me? So they lost, and that got me so sad. And I did that.
That shit sucks.
Yeah. So I was there. So I did that for like, it was like 2 years. That was my first job ever. I was supposed to get co-op. I didn't get it for some whatever reason. But overall, I did that. And then my friends, like, while I was at the Vogue, I met these two people after like Skills USA.
Yeah.
And he was like the first person, like, you know that whole thing where you get in a car and it's not your parents for the first time, it's like your boy.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine picked me up or whatever, picks me up, and we're pretty much there talking about stuff, and I'm just like, he's like, we should make a movie, just us chilling after school. And we made a whole 20-minute film of us just hanging out after school on my phone, on like that VHS app.
Oh shit.
And then that's when we did that, and that was my boy Jeremy that recommended me to do that. And then after that, we pull up to like El Tayel, and I remember finding out about El Tayel like junior year of high school or probably sophomore year.
Shout out to El Taller, yo.
I love them. I love you guys. Eric, if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you. So like the whole place at El Taller, like it just blew my mind. I remember going to, the first thing I ever went to was Heat. You know Fran Diego?
Yeah.
The first Heat he did, I went to it with my boy Starlin. He put me on. I went to it, and that whole night changed my life. All my friends that I'm friends with now, like, they're like family to me. Like, just all the people that were at that event.
Yeah.
And it was just so fun. And I remember after just going to El Taller multiple times, my friends were like, why don't we just have an event here for that movie we did? And at first I was like, why would we need an event? I was the one against it.
Yeah.
So then they were like, we should have an event. And I was like, all right, if you guys can make it happen, let's do it. We meet with Eric, and I was nervous the whole time. And we meet with Eric, we set up a meeting, we go to El Taller, and he's like, all right, so you guys want to do an event here? And I remember I was explaining it to them. I was like, oh, we want to premiere our film here. And it was like, I think it was like the first time they did like a film premiere.
Yeah.
So we did that event, and Eric literally, he was just like, all right, what day do you need? And we gave him a date. I think it was June 29th. I forget what year.
He's very good to work with, man.
Yeah.
Eric is very good.
I think that was like
to work with,
2017, 2018.
Yeah,
because that
2017, I think.
2017, because you ended up posting on Vimeo last year.
I remember
like
I met.
30-minute project.
Oh no, that was the other one.
That
was like after, like I think it was a year. Like no, that was last year.
That was last year.
Yeah, that was last year. That was like one of my first like ideal things without a script and all that. But that's like after all that, yeah. But we had the event, and I remember we met. That wasn't the only day. Like that day was just crazy. I remember we had the event. He was just like, "All right, cool, have the event," and I was just like, "What?"
Yeah, not cool.
And we have the event. It was the first event I ever did. We did that, and I remember leaving El Taller that day. I'll never forget this. I met Alyssa.
Yeah,
and
shout out to Alyssa, man.
She filmed all my boys, and we were just talking, and she was like, "You guys are the people that are gonna premiere a film here?" And I was like, "Yeah." Pulled out her camera, and she was filming us.
Yo, she's always documenting,
yeah,
bro.
She was filming us, and like I'm sitting here telling her what I'm telling you now, like my whole life story and everything. My boys are talking about their lives, and that was like the first time I got like into like the whole film thing. After the event, I was like, all right, I want to make movies.
You think I've been chosen? I have to do this.
Like that was like one of those.
You have that realization.
Yeah,
right? Like we all have it at one point.
I was like, all right, I want to make movies. So then it came to a point where I was just making these little like experimental films, like little films with like videos and whatnot. Then my boy Adriel at one point, he told me like, why don't you just make a story with your films? And like most of my films were like documentary based almost, like all of them. Yeah. And I remember Adriel approached me and he was like, yo, why don't you just do a whole like film with a story? And I did this film because after I graduated at the Vogue, I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do after that, like 3 days later. So I shot like my room like the day after the graduation, and I had my friend record this voicemail, like me trying to get my shit together and all that, and I submitted it to France Film Festival. And I remember that day, I remember Marcus submitted a film there at the festival. Didn't know Marcus at all yet, but I saw his film. It was the one with the cube. What was it called?
Oh, Orion.
Oh, yeah. That was the first time I seen that. And like I'm watching all these films at the film festival. This was like the first film festival in Lawrence ever. And I remember seeing that, and that was just super dope. Like the visual effects on that, the cube and everything, that was just super dope.
That was a last minute project.
Yeah. And I remember you telling me this, and I'm like, what? Like just that, like the visual effects alone. And I'm sitting there at that film festival, like there's no chance in hell I'm gonna win this shit. And like all my friends were there and everything, and they just kept like dabbing me up. They were all over me. They were like, you're gonna fucking win this. And I remember clearly, Fran was announcing the winners, and Alyssa was there, and I forget what child was it. A child was like saying it, and they were saying my name multiple times. They're like, Michael, and then the child goes, yes. And I won like $500, and that like
shout out,
that was fucking. I don't even remember what I spent the $500 on. To be honest with you, I think I bought like a little like studio kit or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was like the first story I did based off me graduating after the Vogue. And then after that, I just started doing a bunch of music videos for my friends, did all that, and that was it was fun. Like I was just genuinely making stuff. I worked from then and there. Luckily, I think I went like a whole year unemployed just doing videos. And I would make money from like then and there just doing those videos. And it was, I forget, what year did I meet you? What was it?
We officially met last year.
Yeah, last year. We met last year. I think it was.
And then we didn't start working together until like the beginning, like May of this year.
Cause I did the graduation series. It was called In Real Life, like IRL.
Yes, that's what it was.
And I decided, all right, I'm gonna keep going with this. So I did a second one. It was like after like New Year's. Did a second one, and then I did a third one, which was like a big ass project. It was like 30 minutes long. Spent like a month editing it, and I shot it. Have a couple friends in there, and it was like just based on my life, like after high school. So Marcus saw it, and he DM'd me, said he loved it. It was great. And then I think it was like you said, oh, you wanted to meet at Starbucks.
Yeah.
And that day was just history. Like me and him, we were just like going crazy at Starbucks, talking about pitching
Starbucks
ideas.
over here in the Plaza.
Mind you, I'm there every week now because I have the AMC A-list thing.
Oh, so boom, boom. Everything you need is in that little home.
I'm there watching movies every week. Like, you could tell Marcus.
Every
Marcus
week. I get a
missed.
text message like every week, and I haven't got movies in 2 months. And this guy
Marcus missed the whole summer of the films. Because this summer, there was a shit ton of films.
Yo, there was films and
great movies that just came out every single week. Yeah. So, like, I was there every week. I was like, all right, I'm going to watch all these. I'm like, oh, bet, 2 movies in a day, I'm out.
But being in this business and making this business your hobby, watching movies is like you getting new techniques.
It's also torture sometimes because like sometimes you see something you're like that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yes. How did he get away with that?
But for example, like we were just talking about it, we were spitballing today, like answering your question. I saw It 2 last night, right? Yeah. It's the first movie I've seen in months, like because I've been working so much, and I was telling him, that movie has such great editing techniques. Like, there's a visual effects shot in the movie where character's looking at the stars, and the way it transitions is as it's pushing into the stars turn into a puzzle piece, and you go through a puzzle and see the other character.
That's
through a glass table.
Yeah,
but like
crazy.
that kind of stuff is what me and Mike talk about. Is we see stuff, we take ideas, and we kind of like, okay, how do we incorporate this type of transition or this type of thing into our work?
But don't you feel that? I feel that scary movies try harder because they have to convince you.
Yeah.
So when there's a realistic story about something, you can tell people get lazy out there. It's crap. You tell the scary movies how they tried really hard in certain instances.
It's tough.
It's tough with that and visual effects. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the show Titans that came out, the Teen Titans show, the live action one.
Not the live action one.
So in the live action one, this was a debate I got into about filmmaking and stuff like that, is I have friends who criticize the show because Beast Boy, like we grew up watching Teen Titans, a cartoon, he can turn into any animal. But in the show, they have him limited to one animal type for right now. Just because, but like my friends, like, you have all these shows that are doing all these special effects and these movies, but you gotta understand, it's like when you come to a project like this, the budget's spread out.
Yeah.
Significantly.
And exotic animals, how expensive that is to ship them.
You know, it's not even that, they actually CG the entire animal.
Oh, okay,
So here's the thing, you can watch a movie like Thor, right? Thor 3, and you see the rock monster, and you're laughing, you're seeing how he moves. Yeah. There's nothing in real life you can, like, imagine your brain with that way. Like, there's not a rock monster walking down the street.
Yeah, you don't know how to get a...
You don't know how he walks, you don't know if he's walking right in the movie, you just, oh, he's walking.
Yeah,
okay,
visual effects are nuts. Yeah. I remember, I heard recently that, so you know Avengers Endgame, right? Yeah. You know those suits they're wearing?
The white ones?
The white ones? That's
all CG.
All CG.
What?
They didn't know what suits they wanted. Like, they had them all, like, in the special
regular costumes.
And then they redesigned it and everything. That's
all with green tights just moving around.
Yeah, they're walking and
they're wearing
everything.
the regular costumes, like cap suits, Iron Man suits, and they just have what's called tracking dots. So you put circle, like orange or green.
And attach certain,
and then you, like, you know, it's just like pieces of tape.
And the computer, that's where you're attached.
Yeah, you track them on the computer, and so that's kind of stuff we do now. We work different stuff.
That's dope. Is that difficult? I mean, I would imagine that's
that's more my side.
Yeah.
My side of things.
Did you add any wait, what was that thing you did with that one scene with Eric? Did you do any of that?
Oh, so there's a scene in the movie you'll see. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert, guys.
Not too much. But.
Not too much. There's a moment where James, our main character, is reconciling all he's done that night. Like, you know, he just kind of, I don't even think we talked about what the movie's about. But basically, the movie is... what
is the movie about?
The movie... I think Michael said it best when he says it's a movie about a sensitive jock. A vulnerable jock. Like, where you have this jock who's struggling between relationships and school. Yeah. And then on a night of a party, he sees the woman that he's in love with, the girl that he's dating all throughout high school, is about to cheat on him in the same party that they're at. And it just, you know, people were drinking, people were smoking. Yeah. He just loses it. And he pulls the guy over and starts beating the crap out of him. The problem is, there's 40 people at this party, 50 people in this party. Yeah. All of them have cell phones. Yeah. He's supposed to have a full ride to college. Oh my God. Throws his life away at that point. So the whole movie is we're following him through the night of he ruins his life. And who is his real friends, who's not his real friends. Yeah.
Do you get to show him, like, all his friends at the beginning, then do you see who's real and who's not?
Yeah, pretty much. There's a shot absolutely love this shot. We spent so much time shooting this shot in the party scene. We shot it on the robotic gimbal, like camera.
Okay, what's a robotic gimbal camera?
A gimbal is like you take a camera and it's a machine that has 3-axis arms on it that are motorized. So you can walk through a building and your footsteps aren't going to shake the camera. The robot will move the camera. It's a stabilizer. The robot will stabilize the camera as you're moving. So we did a shot where it's called a oneer shot. It's like, have you ever seen Daredevil or Children of Men, where it's like the camera's just pulling back? We made it a little bit more complicated. Yeah. We went in a giant circle.
Yeah. his house was designed like
a circle. Yeah. So the whole point is Eric went to the bathroom. He's trying to sober up, and we follow him through the party, and we get to see what the party looks like. It's not a lot of people at the house because it's a house party. Yeah. But you see, like, we went, like, for example, for him, John Hughes, the director of Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink.
Shout outs.
I love him.
That's his guy. So we were like, all right, we want to pull John Hughes into Lawrence. That's what this movie is.
Yeah, shit.
John Hughes in Lawrence. Yeah. So like you get that Lawrence like vitality where everyone's lively, like everyone has an opinion, everyone has like a sense of pride for themselves, and sometimes that pride gets a little too
squirrely.
Yeah. And that's what it is. Like but classic John Hughes, you have the bullies, you have the jocks, like the Letterman jacket.
I think it was dope.
We throw an L for Lawrence, like on Letterman. And you went through the party and you have like people we hang out with. We have musicians, dancers, people smoking hookah because obviously
it's Lawrence.
And we do this whole shot where we walk through. We see a couple arguing. We walk right through the couple with the camera.
Yeah, I saw that. She was loud, but it wasn't as loud that it took you away from like the main scene. But you're like, we know that chick.
Then you hear the music get louder as you're getting to the party, and then you have like dancers. It's just kind of cool. We get
bro. I see people that I see every day in Lawrence. I saw Isha inside the shot.
My friend said it best. My boy Gerald. He helped out with like the music and stuff, like his group Glass House. He said it best.
Fantastic.
He was like, this feels like the Avengers of Lawrence just all coming together for this one shot.
Yeah, bro.
We were just all laughing when
I saw Michael's Michael inside that movie.
Sensei's in there.
Sensei.
My boy Adriel.
Like, some of those guys, not even some, like, what I saw, it was acting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, whoa, like, I look at you different now. Like, I was like, your acting face is different.
Most of these people, that's, like, their first, like, ever acting. Like, I know the two girls we got, the lead, and the girl that was speaking to Michael, Crystal and Alex, they both only had experience in, like, middle school, just doing theater. Middle school only. And then our lead Eric, he makes music too. He goes by Oliver Trill.
Shout out to Eric, man.
Eric Rivera too. It was his first like real acting gig, and the way I got him to do the film was I remember me and him were at his studio on Island Street, mad late, and I remember like I was like, dang, how am I gonna make like who's good at crying? Cause I'm writing the script. This is mind you, this is the first ever film I ever
we gotta
script
talk
out.
About that. Yeah. So we went to Barnes & Noble, Starbucks. That's where you go. When you're a script writer, you go to Starbucks.
It's a man though. You're getting a coffee with laptop.
It's a cliche, but like
the Wi-Fi is fine.
Yeah, exactly. I had called up Michael. Yeah. And was like, hey, so Michael applied for my internship program. So my company, 1121 Studios, I founded it while I was still in college, with a couple people I went to college with, some people from Lawrence. And the three of us started the company as a way where we were like, I spent 2 years in my time in college working for a PR firm as an intern, working for free. Yeah. But I was their editor, director, shooter.
Their powerhouse.
I was everything. It was just me.
The heart.
I'm 21 years old doing all this by myself. And I was 20 actually. But I did stuff with Reebok, Rockefeller Records, like stuff like that. And I did not like how they took advantage of me in that situation. Whereas I'm a young artist, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll work for free. I work for college credit. Yeah. And working for college credit's great, but when you have to be the entire studio, that's not when you do it, right? So I did, and also I went to my journey, like he was talking about. I started the same way, iPhone videos. That film Orion with special effects, all on the iPhone, just edited on the computer. And then,
when you're hungry, you'll make it work.
You make it work. You have what you have. We used to take a $30 microphone, like a wired microphone, tape it to a snow scraper, and that was our boom pole.
That's
how we used to shoot.
that's genius. I don't care.
We used to put like a they call it a dead cat, which is like a fuzzy thing you put on top of your windscreen. We put a tiny one on top of the snow scraper. We're shooting in the middle of the winter, and like I have my friends just like going through the snow and shooting that whole thing. But I wanted to give the experience to people who are my age, but give them the chance to do it with more equipment so that they can learn ahead of time.
Yeah.
So the first thing I did was I called Michael. I was like, hey, Mike, we accepted you into the internship. We have 2 projects going on. One of it's called Best Bites, where it's like we have different people from Lawrence go to different restaurants, and they try the restaurant for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's a show we're developing. And you can either work on that, or you'll work as a director for an episode, DP for another episode, director of photography.
Yeah.
And you'll get experience in every role, and it's a great thing when you're.
Your DPs is Andrew, right?
Yeah, Andrew's my DP. He's the DP on this film. Him and I switched DP roles, but he's the main.
Great.
And DP's job is essentially to, they're kind of in charge of like making the picture. Like look, like you say, I want it to look like it's this pretty, like this picture I snugged from.
They're carrying the theme.
Yeah, so they'll tell the lighting team, like, make sure you put these type of lights up, these type of gels, so that we get this color going. They'll tell the other, like the equipment team to make sure we have this right equipment, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And so we wanted to give those people a chance to do those roles.
I see.
So I told Mike, you can either do this show, where we already have camera guys and audio guys. You won't really have creative freedom because it's kind of a structured show. It's like a basic television show. Or I can give you the check that we were going to give you for working those 20 hours. You can take that money and make a movie. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That money will go to budget, to you, to food, cast. I will handle equipment, so you don't have to shoot on your iPhone. You'll shoot on professional cameras, professional audio equipment. You'll shoot on with professional lights, like $1,300 lights, $2,000 cameras, like kind of stuff.
Jeez.
We'll get you the crew. I'll make sure they work. I pay for them out of pocket. You get this check to make the movie.
Jeez, that's like some Hollywood director type of level. Like, you know,
I just told you, the minute I hung up the phone and he was like, I was like, let's do this.
I'm like, yeah.
Hanged up the phone. I was pacing in my little room, back and forth. All right, vulnerable jock, boom, bow. I'm doing this story, and I was sitting there ready to write.
I had 2 days later.
Outline. We meet up 2 days later.
Just look at the stars once, like that's it.
We're at Barnes and Noble. We're like,
the outline.
let's do this. He's like, what if we do this? Boom, pat. I'm writing the script the next day, and we're ready to shoot. Like
2 weeks.
2 weeks later.
He was done the script within the first week. Like we sat down together, and we were probably there for like 2 hours straight. And he pitched me the whole outline. I was like, all right, what if we move this way and this way? And then Mike's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Then we move this here. And that 2 hours is us spinning back and forth until we lock down a solid story.
That's a good thing. You're pretty hands-on, man. People in your positions are not that hands-on, you know?
There's 2 ways to be a producer. You can give a lot of money, or you can do work.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to having to do everything. Or, like, in the start of my career, like, I've been in this field for 5 years now, 5-6 years.
I see.
For the first 2 years, everything was me. Like, I'm shooting, writing, directing, editing. When Andrew jumped on board and my other business partner, Toki Chavez, jumped on board, Toki's my producer. He funds the money, he gets his locations, he does that. Andrew's my equipment guy. He's like, you need this shot, you need this style thing, you need this equipment, I got you. He gets it done. Right? The group of us together, we are like a powerhouse. So we wanted to, let's build Lawrence in a way that we can have a film community here. We can give internships to high school seniors so that they go into college with college credits, with college experience.
Yeah.
Like, I almost did not become a filmmaker. Like, I was supposed to shoot a movie with Eric from Altea. Like, I pitched them a movie at 17, 18 years old. And I was like, hey, Eric, there's a lot of money, but, like, let's do this movie. It's a cop drama. You play the main cop.
Oh, shit!
And I was getting it all set and go, and then everything just started falling apart.
Oh.
And then I was like, and then my friends hate when I talk about this, but then I got the opportunity to move to Spain for my freshman year of college.
Oh.
So I left. I was like, fuck
it. Everything is shambles. I'm out.
I'm out. Went, had the best time of my life. One of my dreams growing up was to go to London. Like, I watch movies all the time. A lot of them are set in London. Like, you see Big Ben, you see London Eye, you're like, fuck, I want to go there. That was me.
The ambience, man, all that stuff.
London's a 2-hour flight from Madrid, where I was living. So I was with my friend, and she's like, hey, I have an extra hotel room. Do you want to come to England for the weekend?
I'm out.
I'm like, I'm out. I bought my $100 ticket, jumped on the plane, flew to England for the weekend. I was like, wow, this is amazing. It's fucking cold. My balls are frozen.
Is it always raining over there?
It wasn't raining at this time, but actually no, it did rain at nighttime for like 2 seconds. But it was fucking cold. We end up in this winter wonderland. They're giving us Bailey shots in our hot chocolate. I'm like 19 because over there it's like 19 to drink.
Yeah.
But then next morning I'm seeing all these spots I see in movies, and I actually end up on a film set. Like an indie film set, like by accident.
You just there, you just chill as one of the guys in the back just enjoy the coffee.
And I had some film experience at the point, like I had taken classes. So this guy, a guy who was a college student gaffer, fucked up. The gaffer's a lighting dude, and he almost caused like all the equipment to break all the way he had it set up. So I just came in and I taped it down. I was like, this is how you should do it. Yeah. First they were yelling at me because like the strangers touching my equipment.
Yeah.
But I explained what I was doing, and they're like, okay. And then I was like, I really enjoy this. At the time, I was going to college to be a lawyer. Like
what? Yo.
So I had moved back from Spain to do a law internship. It was like, I love this, but this is not me.
Yeah.
Then I started making those films. Like Orion, I picked up my cell phone. But that's what we're doing with Michael. That's what we're doing with my friend David that I went to high school with, who's a college senior.
You know what's interesting? That when we decide what we really want to do, it's like we're on the side of a ledge, and it's like, you really want to jump.
You want to jump.
Yeah. Yours was, you did your freshman year as a plumber, but like, nah, if I do plumbing again, I'm really gonna do plumbing. I don't know if I really want to jump. I think I'm gonna go this way. It's like, screw that. And you was in Spain, right there. I mean, you're going that deep that you went to another country for the internship.
Yeah.
That you're like, yeah, maybe I should go hard at this. Then right there, that last gleam of hope, you're in a set magically, and this happens.
It's like all the things line up. That's actually the day. My company's called 1121 Studios.
Yeah. And
it's named after that day, November 21st.
Look at that. Yo, I didn't know that's right.
See, I didn't even know that.
That's crazy.
And learn something new every day.
It's like the main thing that we want to do is collaborate. That's it. Like, we're not in it. Obviously we want to make money in the long run.
Yeah.
But for right now, the idea is more, let's put it out there. Let's give everyone a chance to make something that they
You guys are paying homages to favorite producers. I mean, what are your favorite film producers?
So
I don't know.
You go first? Or
you can go first.
So
we actually we have a list. We talked about this.
We talk about it all the time. Top 3, top 5, no order. I would literally put Edgar Wright as my number 1 because
Baby Driver.
Because he did Baby Driver, he did Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yo, and
he did Shaun of the. That was a whole trilogy.
Yeah.
I still have to watch. Like I know like he's my favorite, but just off those 2 movies, like I've seen those movies so many times, and I always tell my friends like I'm never gonna be able to make something like that good, and like it's always like his films just make me feel like. I get so amped up. Yeah, I remember I was watching it with my friend on Netflix once. And we were like on PS4 on the mic and everything, and I was just screaming like I'm here watching Scott get the girl and everything. I'm like, let's go, let's go. And like my boy was like, bro, relax. But like this movie's amazing. Yeah. And just his films. Like I sometimes sit and watch the director's commentary, something I recently started doing.
Oh, snap.
We were just talking about this.
Something that people don't do that often is, you could watch a movie on Netflix and all that, but you buy a DVD and it brings a director's commentary.
Yeah.
Amazon does that now too.
They add those now? Yeah. I didn't even know.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah, if you buy on Amazon Prime, you can get the bonus features with it.
Yo, I don't mean to cut nobody off, but you guys remember the golden age of bloopers that was like 10 years ago? Yo, every time there was a movie, boom, the bloopers right afterwards. You used to laugh. I'm like, yo, I used to love that stuff, and now it's only limited to.
We have enough bloopers.
We're gonna release a
separate video.
Oh, please.
We're gonna release a ton of stuff.
I'm a bloopers guy, man.
Yeah.
So I watched those director commentaries and like I think the first one I saw was the Lady Bird film. The Lady Bird.
Yes, Lady Bird was a big influence on this film.
Lady Bird is probably one of my favorite coming of age movies. It was Greta Gerwig. Greta Gerwig.
It was her first time directing a feature.
First film.
Oscar winner.
I love my favorite studio is A24. You ever heard have you ever seen any A24 films?
You mean they have like a
it's like a
shiny logo? Yeah.
You ever seen Moonlight?
I probably haven't.
It's a great movie. They make a lot of.
It's on Netflix and shit.
Yeah, they make a lot of indie movies.
A lot of indie films.
They're kind of the main company keeping indie movies alive right now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, a big problem with the industry that we're in now is that people don't go to the movies, and if they go to the movies, they're seeing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love comic books.
They're just seeing the superheroes and the big action guys. That's it.
And then when you don't go see a movie like Lady Bird or Call Me by Your Name or I don't know, like what's another great
Climax. That's another A24 film.
Like A24 has another one, Lighthouse, that's coming out. Like when you don't see those movies, they don't get made. They're like everyone's trying to sell now the $500 million movie.
Yeah, people are just trying to cater basically to kids, 10-year-olds right now.
And I think as a general public, we have to make the move towards lower budget movies again.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even, for example, even low budget movies could boom out, like Paranormal Activity, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's an example.
For example, do you know Spy Kids?
Yep. I thought Spy Kids was expensive as
No, it's
crap.
expensive. It is. The point I'm making is the guy who directed Robert Rodriguez, right? His career started, he pulled $7,000 together, pulled his friends together, shot a full movie, and that movie made money. And that started his career.
I didn't know Evil wasn't. How much did Evil Dead was on a low budget, right?
Evil Dead was like maybe like a couple million at most, which is considered super low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like super low. I remember I saw that movie like a couple weeks ago. Disgusting. It was the grossest movie I've ever seen.
It's funny.
It's cheesy as fuck, but like the last 15 seconds, don't eat food. You're gonna throw up. Like it's disgusting.
Yo.
I was watching it with my boy Gerald because he's working on a music video we're working on, and he wanted to watch it for inspo, and it was just gross. Like it was disgusting. It was, like with horror films, like I'll watch horror films, but I'm not like super into them.
Yeah.
Like I saw The Shining like last year, for the first time.
What?
I saw it on Halloween before I clocked
Stephen
into
King
work.
hates that movie.
I'm surprised.
What?
Stephen King wrote the book. Fucking hates that movie.
Why? It was too.
He just thinks it doesn't. It's like.
It's not.
It's not The Shining.
Didn't Kubrick treat the actors like shit?
Yeah, but we won't get into Kubrick.
But since I mean, movie guys, they have to add extra scenes to make, to capture, make it longer, make it more suspenseful.
This actually ties into my answer for your question. So Michael knows this. I'm a more TV guy. Yeah. Like my dream would be to.
It's like a
sitcom
type of.
No, actually, I like drama. I watch everything, but like I watch way too much stuff. Like we went to Bull Moose and counted how many shows I've actually watched every episode of. It's a ridiculous number.
Whole row.
It's like over 75 shows.
Yo.
I mean, all that shit is something that you like, and it is research too. It's everything put together. To be honest,
I've fallen off the whole show thing, but I'm getting back on.
My favorite directors my favorite director that I gravitate towards his work is a TV director. I can never pronounce his name. It's Miguel Spotnik. He is the director. I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. Directed.
Ended horribly.
That's why I stopped watching it.
I don't necessarily agree.
I mean, it had to end, right?
Yeah,
it had to end.
Stopped watching it like after season 5 or something.
Nah, see you. Like,
they could have made a whole season with Daenerys being the villain. Now they could have made a whole season. They could.
This is a whole separate podcast. I can go on for hours about this. But he's director of Battle of Blackwater. It's the first time we see the green fire in the thing. Battle of the Bastards. Battle of Winterfell. He's the main director for all of those projects.
Yo, he's good.
He's fantastic.
Yo,
his editing style, his directing style, like he chose to Battle of Winterfell. The main complaint was the darkness. Yeah. But when you see the raw footage and you see the way he directed it, it makes sense in your head.
Some people were pissed off. It was too dark. It
was really dark.
I'm like, get a Blu-ray, get some crazy ass TV. I don't know, enjoy it.
Exactly. And then my other favorite director, cinematographer / DP is a guy named Glenn Winter. He's directed the pilot episodes and multiple episodes of shows like Arrow, Flash, Smallville.
Okay.
A lot of big TV shows. if you want to get a TV show off the ground, he's one of the guys you call in to either DP or direct one of your episodes. Like, that's who I want to be. Like, I was like, you want to get your TV show? You call me. Yeah. Like, that's what it is.
Dude, I used to be hooked to Smallville when I was a kid.
I'm the hugest.
He loves Smallville.
Love Smallville. Like,
I just heard the new announcement that they're bringing the guy back.
Yeah, I hope
they're bringing him back for the crossover.
I hope you two is still the opener, bro. Somebody say every single time.
Did you guys see Brightburn?
I did not see Brightburn, but I know what it is.
I want to see it.
If Brightburn is, we're getting to comic book stuff now, but Brightburn is basically a ripoff of Superman, produced by James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's a horror movie take on Superman.
Okay.
So basically, you had this boy who is Superman. They even shot it on the same fields and locations as Man of Steel. And they're using the same font and like similar music to this. Like,
I gotta watch that.
Blatant copyright. Like they could.
They're dancing around and stuff
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
But basically, this boy, I think he gets bullied, and he starts wearing a mask and starts murdering people with Superman powers.
Oh my god.
And it's supposed to start this whole cinematic universe of fake versions of the Justice League that are evil, like as horror movies.
Yeah, I think I saw an animated one like that. But I might have been mistaken them with the DC ones. Yeah. Because they showed a DC where it's like Batman versus everybody, basically.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
that's just how it happened. You got the one dude with no powers, and he still wins.
Yeah, it's like, it was hilarious.
But yeah.
But, how, like, well, you already said your company, you've been doing it for 5 years, right? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, you already talked about how you started it. And, without spoiling too much. Well, I'm not even gonna get into the ending. Just explain to me how you guys recorded that fight scene and with that many people in the room, getting.
So, you want me to take lead on this?
I'll explain some and then he's gonna like.
Like how do you?
So what happened was we had to do it like it was like a day before. Had to put up something on my story. I needed extras for my films. Yeah. Then that's pretty much like, we're bringing the Avengers together. Boom. So I was like, we have to pull up. I texted everybody, and then they all came through the door. I was praying that day, like, please have a good amount of people.
It got to the point where I was like, this is too many people.
Yeah, and it was his crib. Like, these are bad people there, and like, so we put that together, and it was hard because for me, like, it was my first time doing like directing, and I had a DP. First time I wasn't holding the camera. It was the first time like having to direct people like for real. Had an audio guy,
lighting guy,
and I had to deal with all those people. I went around his house a good I lost count, like 200-300 times, like laps, and people were trying to talk to me, and like I was hyper focused. Like I'm sitting here, like I was sitting here, like telling Eric, I need you right here in this room. Boom, pat, do this, do that, and then I was telling the DP, all right, so I need the shot to look like this. Stay right here, do that. Do this in the third. All right, the sound, is it good? And then I was on Marcus's ass the whole time. I was like, yo, what do you think? And then he would be like, yeah. And we just over and over. Yeah. And like
we'd pitch back, like we'd stop. Yeah. Be like, all right, take a breath. Let's go. Let's make this happen.
So it was a first for me, and I learned so much from that. Cause for the first time, it was the first time me writing. First time me really like directing people around. First time I had a whole crew, and like it was such like I felt like that moment itself. It was like the moment where I was like, all right, I really want to make movies, and I was super committed. I watch movies like every day. I'm studying everything, and just that day itself, like seeing that whole party and seeing how, like, there was a moment where I sat there and I'm like, I felt like I had this power of bringing people together. And just seeing all that come together, and like on set and work out, was just so fucking beautiful. Yeah. And just the way we shot it, it was. I remember we did the one shot, and
we did it like 4 takes.
We did 4 takes, and I remember we saw them. We were in Marcus's room, and it was us and like the actors, and
the DP.
And the DP, and he was like, "Yo, this is literally the shot of the night. Like we did it." And I was just there like, holy shit, this is beautiful.
And the lead, you said the lead didn't have prior experience, right? So what did you tell them to to make, because I remember that you guys showed me on your phone the scene when he's stressing out.
Yeah.
Bro, he was pretty good. Like, he was stressing out. I'm like, that was making me think of all the times I fucked up.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Like, how did you talk to him into stressing out that bad? Like
So,
going crazy and
I
shit.
think there's already an inherent pressure. Because, like,
Yeah.
at the same time, this is the first time we had, like, 40 people on set.
Yeah.
Like, for a
It was the
project.
first time for him for, like, because I remember I asked him, too. I was on set. I'm like, you ever done a project with this many people on set? And he's like, well, not, like, a project for myself. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So we're just all, this is the first time.
It was the first
Yeah.
time, like, experience for most of the people there. So, you got to keep in mind that, like, for him being a first-time actor, a lot of the people we work with are non-actors or first-time actors. Like, especially when you're starting a career, don't be afraid to branch out. But you can't be a dick.
Yeah,
You
you
know what
gotta
I
be
mean?
humble, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's being humble, but it's also realizing, hey, it's a collaborative effort. Like they're gonna say things a
50-50.
certain way, they're gonna do things a certain way, they're gonna feel things a certain way.
A big help for the film. The second lead, her name's Alex, and I found her through a friend of mine. So Erica, she told me about my friend Jamo. Didn't know him too much. I was a senior in I think I was a senior in high school still, and he was probably like a sophomore. Probably, yeah, I think he was. I don't know.
Sophomore, junior.
I think it was a sophomore. Didn't know him much, but I knew he did the talent shows, and he was like you go to the talent shows, it would look like some High School Musical shit. Like he was
was
just,
very passionate
mind you,
about
I
it. He
love
was
High
very-
School Musical.
Yeah.
It's
love
a
that.
big influence on this
Big
movie.
influence.
Yeah.
Everything. Love that whole trilogy.
It was
Amazing.
clean.
Yes. But back to the thing. So, Erica told me to talk to Jamo. Jamo, he was a part of the music group with Gerald, the Glass House group. He's the one that sings. They have a single out called Demons.
Demons.
So-
Yo,
Shout
stream
out.
demons,
Yeah.
streaming
Stream
demons.
demons.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go.
they have the single out, and Jamo's the one singing on it. His name's Elijah, like his artist name.
Yeah.
So text Jamo. I'm like, hey, Erica told me you know a lot of actors. Is there any way you can get me this girl to play Adriana, which is the girl that helps him pretty much talk to him in the
Yeah.
film and all that? And he was like, sure, I got you. And there was like two girls that like auditioned, and then the one girl worked out. And that was the first time like I worked with someone that I don't know at all. Like I'm usually making films with just my friends, but that was the first time I worked with her. And Jamo, like he was there because I was like, yo, I want you to be there while they act because I want her to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
I want you to be there. And Jamo had experience doing theater, and
Yeah, he did a whole Hamilton's my favorite play. It's a rap musical play about like the founding
Yeah,
fathers of
Hamilton.
America.
yeah.
And it's all in rap. It's fantastic.
Oh,
like the whole thing is in rap. And it's but like the founding fathers are played by Puerto Ricans and African Americans and stuff like that. Like George
Yeah.
Washington's black. Like George Washington's a black Puerto Rican. Like you get what I mean? But they did this whole competition and where you had to go rap for the cast and for the thing, and he did that at like 16 years old. So
Yeah.
we brought him in, and I have 2 rules on set. Don't be a dick, because I will kick you off set. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you think you can get the fuck out?
Now
I'm the dick. Now I'm the dick.
Because we don't need that negativity when
Yeah.
there's so much high pressure to get shit done. Second thing is, you gotta be able to click.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't click with the people that are around you when you're working, and it's gonna get to a point where you hit hour 10.
Yeah.
We were like 12 hours in, like that day.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit hour 10, and you're like, do I want to spend another 2 hours with these people and put in maximum effort, or do I want to shit the bed and just get my paycheck?
And that was nuts because everybody came together. Like literally, you could even tell Marcus. Like even during we weren't shooting, these dudes were doing freestyle battles.
Just 4 minutes. Like, yo, we want
Freestyle battles.
They were like dance battling on my
Vibing.
porch.
Vibing.
They were all having conversations and everything. Everybody was like, it was a good foundation. Everybody was.
Yeah. Yo, that's
like,
dope, man. That's
it was
healthy,
so
man.
dope.
You know,
And
you made it when we're shooting a scene and you were like quiet on set, and 40 people go silent. So that
Yes.
you can just shoot
Yo,
And
40 people.
It's also super awkward because we're shooting the whole scene. I'm actually not gonna spoil it, but we shoot a scene where it's like super awkward conversation that another character's listening onto,
38 people silent.
and then you just
Yeah.
because of what it is, everyone just goes, "Damn!" Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, after
you
we
do that
got
reaction like that. Oh,
No, it wasn't even that. Like Dan, that it was great because it was great.
Yeah,
it was the content of what
Yeah.
the scene is like. I think they said it best. One of the people at the party said it is spicy.
spicy. Yeah, the word.
But yeah, Jamo, if it wasn't for him, these actors, like, they wouldn't do the performances they would have had in the film. Because he was like what, a script supervisor and like like, isn't it what did you say, a consultant?
Yeah,
or
a script supervisor's job is to see what how the lines are being said, what the clothing's like, what the set is like, and in each take they make sure things are going around that way, and also that the actors are going and saying the lines that they're supposed to be saying.
And let me tell you this, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I wrote the film, right? And we're sitting there kind of having like a little rough, like writing, like a little, what else called, like a read through.
Table read.
I was with Eric and Alex. They were both doing their spots and they were reading the script. And I heard them read it, and in my head I'm like, yeah, this script is ass. Like, this is trash. Like, I'm sitting there like...
Is that you convincing yourself, or what happened,
like,
man? Like,
what happened was, I feel like I remember I was doing the party scene, and I spoke to the DP, Andrew, and I told him, like, the other day when we were shooting, I had read the script, and I was thinking, like, some of this stuff is trash. And Andrew was like, yeah, I feel like when you write your scripts, be sure to read them out loud as if you were, like, the characters. And that's something I didn't do. So when we were shooting,
all like, man, everything sounds great up here, bro. I'm the best rapper, man.
Yeah. So like when we did that, Jamo came in and saved my script. Like, I'm dead serious. He came in. He was like, all right, what if she said it like this? And like, perfect. And Marcus came in. So Jamo and Marcus were going back and forth with fixing the script. So like, if you were to read the script and then watch the movie, it's just completely different.
Yeah.
But there's a philosophy I have. And it's for my directing style. It kind of rubbed off on Mike a little bit. You gotta let the actors be themselves in the role.
True.
Like for me, the script is my baseline, my guidelines.
See how you say that?
Yeah.
Basically.
So sometimes, like, I've shot scripts where I wrote it like this character's speaking very professionally, and because he's somewhat a professional character, but the actor, you know, he would toss in slang and colloquials. And I'd be like, that's better, because that makes it more real. It's like sometimes you're having a polite conversation, but you'll say, like I have Southern friends who go, like, y'all, instead of, like, us. And then, or you guys. And then just throwing those small actor things in there, it makes the character real. It makes
saying, how you doing? What's up, man?
Yeah.
What's good?
People say that one word. It goes from up to good. And you're like, okay, that's a real person. That's all it takes. And Jamo and Mike and me, and the idea of all of us just spitballing back with Eric, Ali, what else is it?
Steven. We didn't even mention Steven.
Steven? Oh, God, I'm so sorry. He's going to yell at me.
Shout out to Steven.
So Steven Zephyr, he pretty much plays James's brother. There's a scene in the film, you're going to see it. It's probably one of the most intense scenes in the film.
And it's right at the beginning.
And it's just... Like, his performance, I've never seen him act. Like,
this is his first acting role.
Marcus, because I've worked with Steven on a couple of things. Like, we take pictures and I'll
bro, a lot of people look good in that. Like that 1 minute vid you guys showed me.
So Steven, like, he plays his brother, and it was just like, I remember, like, they were reading the script and everything, and he does the first take, and I'm like, holy shit, it's
gonna work.
Yeah, like. He, like, there's a scene where, like, I don't want to spoil too much, but he, like, slams the door, and he, like, it was in the trailer, so slams the door, he goes, you really fucking did it this time. Like, mad serious, and I'm like...
And that was it. That was, like,
I was just silent.
Yo, that's just bad, like, ice snatching.
and then you get kind of, like, we were, like, again, we're talking about, like, how we pick up stuff from films and work them into it.
Yeah.
Like, I was teaching a lot of times it's a teaching effort back and forth. Like, Michael teach me something, I'll teach him something.
He's taught me so much. If it wasn't for him,
I was teaching him about, like, graphic matches and stuff like that. And we were able to, on the fly, come up with ideas and split back and forth. And the actors were so responsive that they would pitch ideas back, and it just...
This was a
hell,
yo, I mean...
Together.
2 heads are better than 40. I mean, 40 heads are better than 2. I mean,
well, sometimes 2 heads are better than 40.
Yeah, sometimes.
You don't need that many cooks in the kitchen. But when we're sitting there and it's like, and an actor's like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make sure that I'm listening to what you're saying, but still be me inside. But I'm going to respect it, and I'm going to adhere to what you're saying. And sometimes when you hit that point, you hit the pitch perfect moment, and you get the line delivery that you didn't think you were gonna get.
It's like refining.
Yeah. Like sometimes you hear somebody say something and you're like, I didn't think about it that way. 10 times better.
Yeah.
It happened so many times on set where like, I know the perfect scene. The last scene we shot in the movie, is the ending. I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
Yeah.
But, Allie, our main female lead of the movie, she delivers a line, like it kind of changes the mood of the movie, and the way she says it, and the way she just like giggles and laughs with it. It's like, fuck, yes. Like, you're just like, that's it. That's how I wanted it. I didn't see it that way. I didn't read it that way, but the way you're delivering it, it feels real. It feels like I'm actually there, and it feels like I'm rooting for this character. Yeah. And that's what we want.
Yeah.
Especially in that moment, for what happens, that's what you want.
Yo, that's how you, man. Yo, Freddie, real quick, how long we have? 1 hour? We're still good. You guys still feeling good at all?
Yeah, I'm still
good. Yo, guys, if you guys don't know, we're in a freaking sauna right now. Around this time, I got 4 windows. The sun just beams in the corner. So these guys
had to fucking change my shirt.
Yeah,
you changed your shirt.
Yo, Freddie has changed his shirt already, man. So it's like, yo, before I close it out, I still want to pick at y'all brains a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Yo, film festivals. What was your first film festival? You guys ever? I mean, you have entered because I know you were talking about that one that
it was
Cloud Festival and stuff like that. But
Actually, let me change my question. What was the most recent film festival like you guys submitted something in?
Actually, I haven't yet.
This is gonna be his first big one.
But this is like my first, like I said, this is my first big film, like first written film, narrative, story with like fictional characters, actors.
Because I wanted to like highlight if you guys even knew any like film festival people right now, so I could shout them out. There's guys watching. They can submit their things and stuff like that.
At least on my end, I think one of the film festivals we're entering, which I think a lot of young filmmakers should enter, and should enter more of them. First, if you're a young filmmaker and you want to enter festivals, you sign up for Film Freeway.
Film Freeway.
Which is this whole website dedicated to, what's the right word? Organizing and collecting all the film festivals around the world into one place. So you can apply online, apply right there, and you pay a fee. If you're a student, you get a discounted fee, and you're just putting your work out there. Because the idea of a festival isn't. It feels great to win. Like I have one award-winning festival film, and it's also nominated. It was also nominated for the one Michael is applying to.
Nice.
It's called DMOF. It's Direct Monthly Online Film Festival. Every month they have 6 categories: best short, best horror, best romance, etc., and you submit to these categories, and at the end of the month they collect all of them, and 2 days later they announce the winners.
Okay.
So like when you wait for a big festival, like say IFFB, which is International Film Festival Boston, you apply in December and you don't know until March.
Oh,
yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the festival's in 3 weeks after that, so you're like, okay, I gotta book a ticket, but I'm not in Boston. Like,
God knows something else happens in your life. Like, I won what? I'm not even ready for winning.
You don't even know if you won yet. That's the thing. You wait those 6 months to find out you're nominated, and then those 3 to 4 months to find out you're nominated, and then you have to go to the festival to see if you win.
Wow. I don't know why they do it that way.
It's kind of like. I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. 1121 is planning a big festival in the next 1 to 2 years.
Thank you.
Based here in Lawrence.
Because we need, like...
I'm going to hit you up, Mike, because I'm going to be in the back. As a guy drinking something.
It's going to be a big project, a big festival. And the idea is to bring... Like, have you ever seen a picture of classic Lawrence? Like, we're talking
like
40s,
Mills,
50s.
Like we're basically with the Irish just started coming here.
No, that's like 1912-ish. That's Italians because of the Bread and Roses Festival.
Okay.
About 40 years after that, if you ever look up like classic 50s, like Oldsmobile pictures of Lawrence, Essex Street, right here,
it's Manhattan.
used to have 4 movie theaters.
Yeah.
And Broadway things.
We need a movie theater.
Like, you know where Altair used to be?
Yeah.
You know where Altair used to be?
Yeah.
That was movie theaters.
Word.
Yeah. So the idea is like, let's figure out a way Mayor Rivera, you have my number. Let's figure this out.
I want a movie theater in Lawrence. Please.
Not just movie theater. Let's do this festival.
Yes.
Let's bring the community into it. Make it a 2-day thing. 8 screenings, director panels, all of it. Get it done. Make Lawrence like the Massachusetts.
Make Lawrence great again.
Yes. I wasn't gonna go that way. Okay. But Massachusetts is becoming one of the biggest growing hubs for production.
Yeah.
Like, we have multiple movies shooting here a year, multiple films shooting here a year. Lawrence has had 4 films in the last 2 years shooting here. We have Ben Affleck shooting Live by Night.
With Bruce Willis, I heard too.
We had Bruce Willis. We had Denzel Washington up here shooting Equalizer.
Didn't Greta come down here for Little
Greta?
Women?
Yeah, Greta shot Little Women. So, have you ever seen Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Hermione was here. Come on, man.
Where?
Right down the street.
I didn't know. That's crazy.
And then they also shot the movie Detroit in here instead of Detroit. Like,
yeah,
you know
that's how crazy Detroit is, though. They gotta shoot in Lawrence. Jokes.
But building a community like that, building a festival, that's what we want to do. So, like, DMOP is a big festival I tell everyone to do because it's online. You find out right away if you win or not. You find out right away if you get nominated or not. A nomination is not just... Okay, let me fix that. A nomination is great, and winning is even better.
Of course.
But a nomination laurel, which is like a little ribbon thing, on your poster, that gives you so much confidence to move forward as a young filmmaker because it's kind of like, hey, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. Like, for example, Acosta, the film that won award and was nominated at DMOF, is a film that I wrote with my friend and started out with my friend where it's about have you ever seen The Martian? It's kind of like The Martian.
Yeah.
Where a woman's lost her entire team on a space mission. They all died. She's a lone survivor on a spaceship thousands of miles away. Like, she's never coming back.
Yeah.
And it's all front camera, it's all point of view, and like she has to decide, am I going to die or am I going to save these people at the International Space Station?
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the most trickiest films ever because it's all shot on green screen. And so it's like 8 months of post-production of like special effects. And
like you know how space has to look clean, Chris.
You don't even see space.
It's just a room. It's just like
build a 3D room. And but that getting nominated, like I've been in Friends film festivals. I've been in a lot of smaller film festivals, but getting nominated in one where people saw it across the world, it's just like. The fact that it got a nomination is
it's
like, big. It's a huge feeling because you're like, okay, I can do this again.
Yeah,
I can.
It tells you, you gotta keep going. Like
exactly.
You know.
And then on top of that leads to paying jobs, and always pay your artists 100%.
Always pay your artists, guys.
Like, don't lowball them. Whether it's they're comic book artists, they're regular artists, they're painters, they're musicians, filmmakers. Pay them what they make. They don't make a lot of money. So.
Yeah, it's true. And the thing is, like. Keeping that healthy, that's like how you start from the bottom up. Like, you had help. Now you're here helping people. And then there's bigger fishes that do the same thing down. It's like, it's a trickling effect.
Yeah. Exactly.
And stuff like that. And that's how we keep the evolution. As soon as you don't pay your artists, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
That's where everything starts and stuff like that. Even the help that you're going to get in the future starts from that, to be honest.
That's why we try to bring in at 1121 Studios, like, if you're a college student, I know you're not making much, we try to give them, like, I'm going to toss out a number because I'll toss it out. Like a student, we give them a $300 for a day.
Yeah.
Work 10 hours. Like, that's $30
That's
an hour.
That's really good. That's really good.
They make $300 for 10 hours of work. Like, that's $30 an hour.
Sheesh, you guys heard it here.
So fund my projects so I can pay college students. And if you want to intern, come intern.
That's dope. Well, guys, thanks for coming. I don't want to keep you any longer in this oven. My hands are too sweaty, so I'm going to give you guys a nice little pound there.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate it.
On L Views. Boom. That's it. We're good. That was
awesome.
fun. That was great, bro. This wasn't so fucking hot.